Hello everybody, it's me, PokemonTripHD. Welcome back to some more Dragalia Lost content. In today's video, we're going to be discussing this month in Dragalia Lost for the month of December. This is the last one for the year of 2019. How time flies by, it is crazy. Again, Yuji Okada has been doing this month in Dragalia Lost rather than a what's ahead in Dragalia Lost, which is fine by me, honestly. We get these more often than the what's ahead. I believe what's ahead was like every 2 or 3 months, maybe even longer. So I like this better. And we're gonna discuss everything that there is in here. There's actually a lot of juicy information. This is a really big and important time in Dragalia Lost's, I would say, lifespan, because there's a lot of things that is wrong with the game and a lot of things that they need to fix to make the game, survive for a lot longer, I would say. So, and I do think they're going to be heading in the right direction with these updates, which we'll talk about in a second. But let's just begin. Are you enjoying the Mega Man event? If you didn't know, this event was based on the world of Mega Man 2. There are worm prints, weapons, and stickers you'll only be able to earn during this event, so if you're working on collecting them. I'm actually not very familiar with Mega Man, even Mega Man 2, so I think it's pretty cool, though, the event. I'm kind of disappointed, however, that there's no story. A story mode, I feel like, not a story mode, but like story quests, campaign type thing, I feel like would be really, really cool. And I'm kind of disappointed that it's not there, but oh well. Even the background music was arranged specifically for this event and is only available for a limited time, so please make sure you're listening when you play. We've also implemented some gameplay elements from the bosses in Mega Man 2 into the Great Worm bosses for this event. As a heads up, we'll also be releasing superhero difficulties for these battles over time. I believe that's tonight at reset though, right? I believe that's tonight at reset. Twitch, that's so quiet. I know everybody's so shy. You guys are all so shy. All right, December events. And the second week of December, we'll be reviving the Dragalia event. So Dragalia coming back. We knew this was going to happen. Christmas time, they got to make their money somewhere, right? The Miracle of Dragalia is coming back. So I'm assuming these adventures coming back. And then they do say the challenge battle will have a new difficulty level and will be increasing the maximum facility level. So just like Halloween, the facility level will be increased. There will also be new Dragalia adventures and dragons available via Summon Showcase. We'll share more information in the future notifications, so keep your eyes peeled for those. So what I'm assuming is right after the winter whatever banner, or the banner, the banner that's right here. What is it called? Winter Wardens. Right after this banner, which ends on the 15th, I'm assuming we're going to be getting the Dragalia banner. So that's what I'm thinking. Nothing's been confirmed, but he didn't say that they were getting an event before that. So I'm assuming we're going to be getting this event literally right after the Winter Wardens showcase is done on the 15th. We'll have 4 Astral Raids in December, so of course, I believe this was a facility event, so we should be getting, the facility event again, rerun, as they said right here, new levels, and then during this time, we'll be getting the Astral Raids, which is, again, really nice. They do show a couple new Astral Raid bosses, which is, again, awesome. They confirmed the bosses right there. I'm really interested with Cronus Nix. This says Cronus Nix. Was Cronus Nix the really big one where you had to fight his hands and then his head, or was Cronus Nix the one that was like, the one that looked like a JoJo guy? I don't know, but we're going to be fighting one of those two, and I hope it's, I don't know which one it is, to be honest. I don't know which. I hope it's the big one, because I think that fight was a little more fun. It was a little more different compared to the previous, raid battles we've had, so I hope it's the big one, but I don't know. Cronus Nix, I'm pretty sure Cronus Nix is the JoJo one. And Nix is the JoJo. Okay, so it's the JoJo one. So we're fighting Mr. JoJo in not the next Astral Raids, but in the future Astral Raids. So kind of unfortunate, but oh well. Starting with the current Astral Raids, we're also adjusting the amount of drop rewards and the number of trades you can make using Astral Shards, which is good. Again, augments were a big problem. They're looking into fixing that. Of course, they added augments to Void Battles, to High Dragon Trials, etc. So they're heading in the right direction with augments for sure. We're also getting Mercurial Gauntlet Light level 51 through 55, which, I haven't even done a single level 51 yet. So, bit of a yikes, but, happy we're getting new levels. Chapter 11 of the main campaign will be added on December 15th. Which is, again, as soon as the Winter Wardens banner is into effect. So, or not into effect, when it's out of effect, when it's done. It ends on the 15th. So as soon as that's done, and I believe Dragalia Defenders or whatever is out, so we'll be getting Chapter 11 of the main campaign. We're also getting Very Hard campaign, which says right there. But anyways, Chapter 10, the Prince came into conflict with his siblings, and the first to stand against him will be... They don't say who the sibling is gonna, the sibling that's gonna be fighting him will be. So I'm kind of interested to see who it's actually gonna be. If I had to guess which sibling we're going to be fighting first, maybe Emil, just because Emil's like super, I don't know, maybe Emil. I do think that eventually all the siblings, this is kind of my my guess, right? This is my theory. I think all the siblings will be beaten by us, and then they're going to join our side. That's what I think is going to happen, but we'll obviously have to wait and see what happens. This chapter of the main campaign centers on Luca. Gala Luca confirmed? Pog, Galaluka, and some combat androids that oppose the prince and friends. So we're getting androids. This is, I believe, 2B and 9S, right? So we're getting 2B, 9S, and DL. I thought they were the androids from Dragon Ball, but apparently they're the dragon, or they're the dragons. They're the androids from Nier Automata. So yeah, we're getting them, and it's gonna be fun fighting them. Blade Luca, imagine Blade Luca, Pog. Anyways, so I'm really looking forward to this chapter. I really like the story. I think it's a lot of fun, so I'm looking forward to chapter 11. It does say, like I said earlier, very hard difficulty added to the main campaign the exact same day. Very hard difficulty, which will be even harder than hard difficulty. Wow. They couldn't have, why do they have to explain that? Will be added. It will unlock when you clear chapter 10 of the main campaign, as well as the hard difficulty for a chapter. By clearing it, you'll be able to get augments and materials that will be required in the future for unbinding the 6th mana circle tier. That's gonna be really hype. The 6th mana circle is a big step in this game's future. Like I was saying earlier, there's a lot of balance adjustments they need to make with this game. There's some units that just completely outclass other units, and I really hope this 6th mana circle will balance this a little bit more. They did actually directly mention my concern right here in a notice a little bit later down there, which I'll be going to soon, so I guess I'll talk about it a little bit more once I get there. Starting December 15th, again, the exact same day in Void Battles, the Astrals Bane ability, which is effective against bosses in Astral Raids, will be added to the weapons you can craft by defeating the Manticore Void enemies for each element. That is a mouthful. Why is that one sentence? That has to be a run-on. Anyways, we're going to be getting Astral Bane, which is good. Astral Bane is something that I feel like a lot of the, I would say, newer players or players who are lacking in a certain element need, because Astral Raids on Master are actually a little bit difficult if you don't have the right units or the right setup. So I'm glad they're introducing Astral's Bane. However, I hope they don't make Astral on Master way too difficult where you absolutely need Astral's Bane to get the clear. That's what I'm really hoping they don't do. But yeah, Void Manticores are going to actually be useful now, which is pretty funny. We're also adjusting the amount of materials that drop, making these weapons even easier to craft. Astral Raids don't happen very often, but you can get a lot of upgrade items each time. That's why, to make it a little easier to challenge higher difficulties, we've increased the number of ways to approach these quests. We'll share more about other events. I thought I said information about other events around the end of this year and the start of the new year via notification. So that's interesting. I'm assuming that we're only getting the Christmas event for the rest of this year, and then it's just going to be Astrals and then this thing, of course. So that's really interesting. Regarding future updates, we're planning one final version update for 2019. Here's some information about the plans for that update. New high difficulty quests, the Agito Uprising. Is it Agito? How do you pronounce that? Agito? I don't know how you pronounce it, but this is hype. I'm actually insanely hyped for this quest because I'm assuming this is going to be harder than high Dragon Trial bosses. Let me read the rest of this and we'll talk about it. The new boss quest announced in the September Dragalia Digest will be called the Agito, I don't know, Uprising, the Uprising. Unlike bosses up to this point, which have been predominantly dragons, these bosses take on an almost human form. So they're not humans, which I mean is a given. Look at that thing. It doesn't look like a human to me. Anyways, they'll unlock after the update at the end of the year. We're also creating new background music for the battle, so I hope you're looking forward to it. New Dalco music, yes, new Dalco music. And I think that's everything they mentioned with this thing. So I'm really looking forward to this. Like I said, this should be more difficult than High Dragons. I'm really praying it's more difficult than High Dragons. Maybe not more difficult than Master. That's going to be scary if it is more difficult than Master, since Master is also very tough. Maybe you're going to need fully augmented weapons, or not weapons. We don't even have augments for weapons yet. When are they released that, by the way? I don't know. Augments and Dragons when? But you're probably going to need fully augmented adventures, fully augmented worm prints, tier 2 weapons. It's going to be so much hype. Hopefully, it's going to be a bit of more like you need HP to survive and strength to survive rather than just like a straight up DPS check. Because again, the game is just super DPS check heavy lately. And I do like it. I slapped my mic. I'm so sorry. I do like the DPS check. I obviously like the game a lot. But I really want them to make it so that it's, you know, the HP dragons have pretty much no use. There's literally no use besides on healers to use an HP dragon. So I really hope they're going to kind of incorporate those HP dragons. Maybe this just split dragons, HP and strength, split dragons, a little bit more into these difficulties. That's what I'm hoping for. But we'll see what they do. Again, they still need to release dragon and weapon augments. I don't know when that's happening. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to this. Like I said, I don't know if it's going to be more difficult than Master High Dragons, but I kind of hope it is. But at the same time, I kind of hope it's not, because like I haven't even beaten all the Masters yet. I've only beaten, the triangle ones, Wind, Flame, and Water. So it's a little difficult. We'll see what it is, though. I kind of hope it is, kind of hope it isn't. I'm kind of like on the edge of how I feel. I'll have to see once it's actually released and I actually get to play it and see how difficult it's actually going to be. But yeah, we'll see how it is. Again, really looking forward to that one. With the next update, certain adventurers will be able to unbind the 6th mana circle tier. A new material is required to unbind nodes on the 6th tier. This new material can be obtained from the new very hard difficulty on the main campaign. We'll share more information about which adventurers will be able to access the 6th tier in a separate notification, but we also plan to adjust 3-star adventures in the summoning pool. All right, this is a pretty big thing, right? 6 mana circles. So only certain adventures will get these. They already kind of confirmed which adventures will get these in the digest. They said the older characters, the ones that have been out since the beginning of the game, and the story characters. Now, I'm assuming the God characters are exempt from this because they're already all pretty much good enough, except Galranzo. Pepe Hands Galranzo sucks, but it's okay. They're pretty much all really good, the God characters, besides, Galranzo. But I'm assuming all the story characters will also get 6 mana circles. Yuden, Ellie is actually really good, but I still think, why would they just not give her, out of all of them, the 6 mana circle? So I'm assuming all the original story characters are going to get it. Cleo, Alex, Yuden, Ranzel, Ellie, Luca, and yeah, I think that's everyone we got from the story. So I'm there. Oh, Clay. I don't know if I said Clay. Maybe I did. I'm assuming they're all going to get the 6 mana circle. All the original 5-star adventures should be getting the 6 mana circle eventually. Maybe not right off the bat. I believe there was a sort of like a leak that said that there was like Naveed, Mikoto, was it Zainfried, and like Hildegard or something that was going to get the 6th circle, or maybe it was Ezreal. I think Ezreal was in there actually somewhere, but there's going to be some units that are getting the 6 mana circle and some that are not. Obviously, the newer units that are already better than the older units will not be getting a 6 mana circle. Like the new Zhang Zhang or whatever, she's not going to get a 6 mana circle. Maybe Thaniel will. Thaniel's a 4-star. I don't know if they're going to be giving 4-stars and 3-stars the 6 mana circle. I'm assuming they will, but they also say that they plan to adjust 3-star adventures in the summoning pool, which is kind of weird. What do they mean in the summoning pool? Like, are they going to change the rates? Are they going to change how you get them? Like, they changed Wyrmprints from the summoning pool. If you guys remember, way back in the day, they changed Wyrmprints from the summoning pool. So they might be doing something like that, or they might just be fixing their resistance, like you said. They may be fixing their resistance right there to 100%. That's actually what I really hope for, since at the moment, you can't even use 3-stars. I don't think a single 3-star is used in the Master High Dragon trials. Like, obviously you can use them, and I'm sure there has been clears, but like in the optimal team composition, I don't think there's a single 3-star that is used. Even 4-stars, there is not many 4-stars that are used. Like there's a couple. There's Thaniel, there's Noelle, there's a couple, there's Verica, there's a couple 4-stars, Emma, there's a couple 4-stars around that are good and useful, but like in the grand scheme of things, 5-stars are pretty much strictly better. So yeah, overall, again, I hope they balance. I hope they make more adventures useful, which is, like I said, they're trying to do right here. They say they're trying to do that, and I hope they do it and don't make, them more unbalanced. I hope they don't make 3-stars obviously better than a lot of 5-stars, but I don't hope that they're, much worse, because then it's really not going to change anything. So, like, some people have their favorite adventure as a 3-star, and they just can't even use them in the endgame content, which, again, really sucks. Next up, we'll add a new flame-attuned Void Enemy Volcanic Chimera. Also, actually, for these 6 circles, something I actually think they're going to do is, I'm assuming, this is what I assume they're going to do, right? I'm assuming they're going to make the 6th circle, which is going to increase stats, as well as increase the ability and the skill. So I'm assuming, because the skill 2 currently for adventures does not have a, their skill 2 does not have level 3. I believe it only goes up to level 2. And while their skill 1 goes up to level 3. So I'm assuming the skill 2 is going to go up to level 3 for them. Maybe skill 1 up to level 4. Maybe their ability is going to get an extra increase. I don't know. We'll have to see what they do. But I'm assuming they do something like that. Specifically for 3-stars, it's going to go up to 100% resistance. If they do give them the 6th circle, 4-stars, I don't know what they're going to do for 4-stars. Maybe just an upgrade to the skill or ability. 5-stars, maybe like 2 upgrades to the abilities. I don't know. Okay, that's just theory crafting. Anyways, new enemy, Volcanic Chimera Strike. It's a Chimera, which is really interesting. The Volcanic Chimera is an extremely tough boss, but it has a few gameplay elements designed for co-op, like those you might find in Advanced Dragon Trials, but you can work to beat it in solo too. So this might be a co-op only boss, which is really interesting. When defeat this boss, you'll get crafting materials that will allow you to craft weapons. Weapons that are more powerful than the core weapons and other void weapons up to this point. The Advanced Dragon Trials are a challenge to complete when not playing co-op, but we hope this new enemy will become a way for players to get powerful weapons by playing solo before moving on and challenging the Advanced Dragon Trials in co-op. So this doesn't really make sense where you play solo and then you go to co-op. It should be co-op and then solo, if I am understanding correctly, but I don't know. We'll have to see. Again, this is pretty much going to be weapons in between High Dragon Trials and the core elementals, I'm assuming. So stronger than cores, weaker than High Dragon Trials. That's what I'm assuming it's going to be. Also, Fall Man. That's what I'm assuming it's going to be. So, I think it might be the 6-star weapons. That was also something that was leaked before. 6-star weapons. We might be getting the 6-star weapons. It says craft weapons that are more powerful than the core weapons and other void weapons. So I'm assuming 6-star weapons, but again, weaker than High Dragon Trial weapons for sure. It's definitely not going to be stronger than High Dragon Trial weapons. So, this is mainly going to be for newer players. Beat this, get this weapon, and then go and take on the High Dragon Trials. We're starting with Flame, but we'll unlock battles for other elements over time. We're adding expert difficulty to certain void enemies and changing the existing difficulty to standard. So the drops are definitely going to be increased for expert. Like 100% drops are going to be up, which is really, really good. Expert difficulty means expert difficulty battles will drop the materials required for unbinding the 6th mana circle tier, and drops like the heart materials required for crafting will drop more frequently. The difficulty level is a little higher than standard, but you can get a lot more rewards from these bosses. My mom is calling me. Oh my god, mom. Okay, so yeah, expert void battles is going to be really, really good. I'll call my mom later. I swear I'm not mean to her. I'll call her later. Anyways, expert difficulty is going to be really awesome. I think it's not going to be super difficult. We should still be able to clear this on on solo, which is what I'm really hoping for. You guys all. Hi, mom. Should I answer? I'll talk to her live. Anyways, again, I don't think it's going to be too difficult, but I am looking forward to the new challenge. New UI for the shop is going to be nice. Also, they say you can get materials for unbinding the 6 mana circle tier. So you're going to get that from Very Hard, and you're going to get that from Void Battles, which is nice. Again, I do hope they have double drops for these expert, which I'm assuming they will. Refreshing the UI for the shop. Again, new UI for the shop. Awesome. Regarding future game balance, we've been making some big balance adjustments lately, and we hope to continue making adjustments as more content is added in the future, taking player feedback and play data into account. Our current goal is to increase the number of adventures you can challenge the game's high difficulty content. Because the clear rate for high difficulty content using certain adventures is extremely high, we're considering making adjustments so that a wider variety of adventures can complete that content. This is going to be awesome. Again, I did mention this a little bit earlier. They want to make it so that you can use more adventures in the endgame content, which is great, but they have to balance it. They can't make it they cannot make it unbalanced where, some adventures are much better. That's obviously going to be a thing. Some adventures will stay better, and because their kit is better, their kit works much more efficiently, etc. Some adventures are bound to be better. However, the gap is too big. Like, some adventures are just so much better than others. And that's where the real problem lies. Again, they do say they're going to fix that, so hopefully they do. We'll gradually make adjustments to adventures by unlocking their 6th mana circle tier or by adjusting the adventure's capabilities. I don't know what they mean by adjusting the adventure's capabilities. Maybe they're going to do some buffs to adventures. Maybe like they did a lot of buffs before, to Skull Damage Dragons, to Nyarlathotep. They've done buffs before. They might do this straight up to adventures. They might just straight up make 3-stars have 100% resistance. They might just straight up do that. Who knows? We'll have to see. And they're also giving us some vouchers, Hustle Hammers, and Void Seeds, which I've already redeemed. If you're wondering who I pulled in the Dragon voucher, I pulled a Garuda. I know. I pulled a Garuda. So yeah, that's basically everything. It says the next one will be on January 1st, which is the first one for the new year. So yeah, this is the last one for this year. And again, I'm really looking forward to these updates. I really like the new shop layout also. I didn't really talk about it. The new shop layout looks perfect. And of course, new void enemies. Everything looks awesome. I'm really hoping they make the balance adjustments good. Again, that's the main thing I'm really scared for. I'm also looking forward to this, the Agito Uprising. I don't know how you even pronounce it, but I'm looking forward to that. Hopefully, it's going to be a fun fight, but not too difficult, obviously. And then Void Manticores. There's so many Manticores, and they're finally going to be useful. Chapter 11, Mercurial Gauntlets, and yeah, lots of things coming up. Hope you guys are looking forward to this update. I am myself. Again, what do you think? What are you most hyped for? What are you expecting for the future of Dragalia Lost? I don't know. Let me know. Again, awesome updates coming out. I hope you guys have a great day. And until next time, have a nice trip. Mwah! Bye. I don't know what kind of ending that was.